Hindi po batas ang pinag-uusapan. Wala ho tayong pakialam sa batas na yan. Sometimes, you have to bend the law to be able to please the people. Mas mataas po ang taong bayan sa batas. Am I right, Secretary Remulla?
That the chairman has the prerogative or the right to make judgment.
No. That's my perspective, no? That's my personal opinion outside of the hearing or outside of this hall. So don't question my opinion.
I am not questioning your opinion, Mr. Chair, but you are the chairman of this committee.
Anyway, let's proceed with the
You are not interested in the prejudicial question that I am going to raise, Mr. Chair?
Go ahead, you raise your
Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo an investigator, we are investigating. Mr. Chair, we are still investigating. I am articulating the provision of law. You do not change the provision of law, Mr. Secretary. You may be disbarred from doing this. Mr. Secretary, a couple of days ago, in the last hearing when you were here, we somehow settled the issue that restitution is not a requisite for an applicant to the WPP. Is that correct?
It's not in the law. But sa akin ko kasi, hindi lang po batas na nag-dictate dito. It's also what is morally right, what is expected of us. Yan po kasi, kahit hindi nilagay sa batas, mga given po yan sa ating lipunan.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Secretary?
Kasi wala nga sa batas yung ano.
Wala nga sa batas.
Yung requirements for admission to the witness protection. Ang restitution is not part of it.
Yes, it is not.
Oh, pero hindi mo nangangahulugan na hindi namin pwede i-layout yan depending on the case.
Mr. Secretary, I am still in the stage where a particular applicant wishes to apply under that program. And there is a process. In the process, restitution is not one of the requisites. Is that correct?
Opo, pero if it's in terms of this case being a financial crime, sir, this is a crime against the financial status of the Filipino people, of the Philippine Republic. I think that it's just right.
Mr. Secretary, are you amending the provision of the law?
No, sir. No, sir. But that is how we run the witness protection program.
As a lawyer, Mr. Secretary, may I ask you, in a criminal prosecution, the civil liability is impliedly instituted. Is that correct?
Of course.
Kaya nga hindi naman nangangahulugan kung sakasakali na natapos na yung criminal prosecution, kapag ka nakita na mayroong criminal liability yung tao, because it is impliedly implied, doon lang magkakaroon ng restitution. It will come after. Paano mo sasabihin na magre-restitute ang isang tao? Meron na bang findings kung magkano i-restitute on how it can be restituted? Nag-a-apply pa lang Huwag po ninyong babaguhin ang requisite ng batas, Mr. Secretary. I thought nung dumating ka dito, nagkaintindihan na tayo Kaya nabablar ang proceedings natin Kaya nga kinote siguro, ang chairman kanina gusto kong ituloy ito. Sinabi niya, nagpa-interview siya, na goodwill and sincerity should be done para i-test. Pwede ba yung ganito?
I respect your opinion, sir. But
it is not my opinion, it is in the law, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I am operating...
The arbiter
sir,
is the law.
Sir, may I speak, sir?
Yes, you are.
I'm operating from the vantage point of the reason behind the law, sir. What is the reason behind the law? So that we can get justice, and justice can only be attained if there is restitution. So that is the principle behind all of these things that we are talking about now.
Mr. Secretary, restitution will come after. It cannot be.
Sir, it can come before or after, sir. It can come before or after.
You cite the law that it come before. Wala nga po sa batas Huwag po ninyo babaguhin ang batas, Mr. Secretary.
We are operating on a unique set of facts, and we are, all of these matters are being evaluated because the gravity of this financial crime cannot be underestimated, and that the more assets that we're able to preserve at the outset, the better for our country, sir.
Mr. Secretary, I'm very sorry for such a reasoning like that. Alam mo, nakikinig
I'm very sorry, sir.
Bansa.
Also, sir, I'm very sorry too if you do not agree with me. But I respect your opinion, sir, and we will carry out our job as we deem fit, as we see.
Mr. Chair, I said I am not expressing an opinion here. I am articulating the provision of law. You do not change the provision of law, Mr. Secretary. You may be disbarred from doing this.
Then, it's your opinion, sir. It's your option, sir.
Sinabi ko na nga, hindi ko opinion dito. I am
Then it's your option,
articulating
sir.
the provision of
It
law.
is what you wish to happen. That you may proceed
Ikaw ang
with what you
nagbibigay
wish.
ng opinion, nilalagay mo yung restitution to test the goodwill of a possible applicant. It is not in the law. Unless you are able to point out the provision of law that it come before. Hindi ganun eh. Sabi mo na nga, and we admitted, impliedly instituted ang civil liability, but this will come eventually after the court has pronounced kung magkano ibabalik niya kung meron man. Not before. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Wala nga talaga sa batas yung bang magsoli muna ng pera para ikaw ay mapasok sa WPP. Pero kung pagbabasehan natin yung kagusto ng taong bayan, ang galit ng taong bayan, na gusto nilang magpakita in goodwill yung accused bago siya mapunta sa WPP. Siguro mas maganda kung sundin natin yung kagusto ng taong bayan, right?
Opo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
there's also,
Senator.
I would like to manifest that hindi ko alam kung nakikinig ho tayong lahat, yung sigaw ng taong bayan na libo-libo sa People Power Monument sa Luneta, hindi lang po ang pagnanakaw, they were also shouting, ibalik yung pera nila. And I believe the Secretary of Justice heard that, and I believe Malacanang heard that. Kaya nga po, dito po sa mga kontraktor, mga opisyal, isole ninyo ang pera ng taong bayan. Hindi po batas ang pinag-uusapan. Wala ho tayong pakialam sa batas na yan. Sometimes, you have to bend the law to be able to please the people. Mas mataas po ang taong bayan sa batas. Am I right, Secretary Remulla?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Second round, Senator Pangilinan.
just to lower the decibels and the stress that comes with high emotions.
Kaninang tinatanong ko siya, pinipilit niya yung opinion niya na kinakailangan talaga magsoli yung mga diskaya para tanggapin niya yung aplikasyon. Wala naman po talaga sa batas yun. Ipipilit ba ang opinion ng isang undersecretary o isang secretary ng Department of Justice samantalang maliwanag po ang requisites ng batas? Itingnan mo po natin ngayon, Mr. Chair, ang dilemma nitong dalawang mag-asawang ito. Narinig po natin ang supplemental affidavits nila. Sa aking palagay, very extensive revelation ng mga pangyayari na ating binubuksan ngayon. Ngunit dahil nga nagpahayag kayo ng opinion ninyo, ito po yung kanina pa pinipilit ko na parang na-discredit na sila kasi kung ikukumpara sila kay Bryce Hernandez, mas kapanipaniwala si Bryce Hernandez. Masasakripisyo ngayon, whatever is the quality o madidiminis ngayon ang veracity ng kanilang testimony. Ito po yung kanina pa gusto ko nang sabihin sana. Paano natin paniniwalaan sila ngayon kung nakapagpahayag na tayo ng opinion tungkol kung sino po yung dapat paniwalaan dito?
For the record, Your Honor, naniniwala ako sa kanilang mga pahayag ngayon. Alam niyo, yung credibility, relative yan eh. At one point, si Bryce Hernandez, as I also mentioned, was not credible. He started becoming credible because of new revelations. Afterwards, he may not be credible again. Relative po yan eh.
Kaya po,
Wala pong cast in stone na credibility, walang cast in stone, especially in a hearing like this.
yung pinakamaingat nga po na gagawin natin, minumungkahi ko, Mr. Chair, na huwag na po tayong magbigay ng opinion. Makikita naman po natin sa pagdaan ng in the course of our discussion kung sino talaga ang maglilinaw na makikita nating nakakatulong sa ating pagdinig. Ito lang po ang gusto kong sabihin. Pangalawa po, ang mga diskaya lamang ang unang nagbigay ng sworn affidavit nung i-float ko po yung paraan na maaaring makatulong sila ng higit sa pagtuklas natin kung sino talaga yung mga proponents. Wala namang iba eh. Sila yung nakipag-unahan. At dahil doon, naimungkahi ko nga, sapagkat yun naman ay nasa batas talaga, Nasa Section 4 po ng batas ng WPP. Kaya po namin sila kinonsider. Ngayon, kung sasabihin po ng Department of Justice na kinakailangan pa palang testingin ang kredibilidad, ang sincerity, yung goodwill, na wala naman po sa batas yun, paano po yung aplikasyon nila? So sa mga tweet, yung batas po, yung batas mismo na tinatadhana para sa mga ganitong klaseng pagkakataon, hindi po nabibigyan ng katuparan. Ang sinasabi po nila, kinakampihan ko raw ang mga diskaya. Hindi po, tuntunin natin from the beginning. I am very consistent. Ang batas po ang aking sinusunod, ang tinutuntun ko. Meron po kasing isang taong nagsabi, nag-intriga, nagpalabas ng kung anong klaseng intriga, na ako raw po, o maring hindi ako, isa raw mambabatas ang lumapit sa diskaya, humihingi raw po ng 1 billion pesos. Para po yatang nagkasundo sa 120 million na lang. Isip-isipin po ninyo, kapatid po yata yun ng ating colleague, si Ben Tulfo. So ngayon po, ang dami nagsasabi na baka ako yun. Sa akin lang po, okay lang yung magpalabas sila ng ganun eh. Basta may maniwala lang sana na mas maraming tao na hindi totoo ang sinasabi. Para sa akin, okay na po yun. Mr. Diskaya, meron bang pagkakataon ako nagpahaging sa iyo ng kahit ano pa?
Your Honor, wala po. Wala po talaga.
Saan ang galing yung binanggit ni Ben Tulfo na merong isang mambabatas?
Your Honor, wala po akong idea, Your Honor.
Hindi po Ben Tulfo, Ramon Tulfo pala. Sorry.
Your Honor, wala po akong idea, Your Honor, kung saan po nanggaling.